You guys probably can hear me. Hello, everybody. There we go. My computer was being a pain. I think I got it figured out. Welcome to our recovery workout. Got a whole lot of fun in store. All you need is a mat, a foam roller if you have one. If you don't, anything like a rolling pin or something along those lines will work. And if you have something about the size of a tennis ball, a little massage ball, or I use a lacrosse ball. That's all you're really gonna need here. Adjust the camera a little bit. Any questions from anybody before we get started? I think everybody's muted, but
Noah,
yeah.
if I don't have a foam roller, what can I use?
So if you have like a water bottle, it would be a little difficult, but you can make it work with that. If you have any sort of ball that is light enough, you can do the same thing that we do with the roller. And you just roll on the ball or use the ball with your hand to roll it around on your muscles.
Okay.
If you have a rolling pin that you don't mind getting dirty, that works as well.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I'm going to put everybody on mute now, but feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions about anything. Yeah, so we'll get started. Oh, if I can hit the right button here. There we go. There we go. All right. And perfect. So how we're going to get started is we're just going to get the blood moving to some of the muscles and that sort of stuff, getting some good stuff in. It won't be anything too tiring, but we're just going to start with our neck. We're just going to move our neck side to side, do circles if you want. What we're doing is we're starting to get some of the tension out in the neck. Getting some blood going. Whew. I know I'm sitting on a computer all day. I'm like forward, putting my head forward all the time, staring at my screen. So it's good to kind of relax some of those muscles and move some of the ones you haven't in a while. And if you get dizzy, kind of go slow with these. Don't go too fast. You just want to go side to side to not get as dizzy. And if you want, while you're in this position, you can lean your head to one side and pull just gently on the side of your head to get a little stretch through the back, right there. And I'm switch sides. So this workout here is just designed to just get some relaxation to the muscles. So it's all about you, what you're kind of feeling. I'm gonna start some shoulder warm-ups. I'm just gonna do light circles, nothing too fast. I'm gonna keep it pretty short and simple here. So whatever you're feeling, if you're feeling a little sore in the neck an area, stick there an extra second. Don't have to follow at my pace. I might be sore in some other places. I'm reverse circles now. I might be sore in some places that you're not necessarily sore. And so whatever your body's telling you that you need for recovery, that's what we're gonna do. And just some chest openers here. We're still warming up. Don't really want to stretch when you're super cold. Might actually hurt yourself a little bit more. So I just like getting moving beforehand. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make a little T with our hands up in the air here. And this one's pretty quick. We're just gonna stretch some of the back muscles that help control the arm. And what we're gonna do is slowly go up and down as far as we can without it hurting too much. So I'm pushing in as far back as I can on both ways. Oh, I know you can't really see me there, but I'm just nice and gentle, nothing too much. So we want muscles get nice range through all the joints. And just one more up and down. Awesome. Now I'm going to go into some rotationals. So I'm just going to slowly open up the back and lifting up my opposite heel. So right here, I'm just kind of rolling through the spine a little bit. Just getting the back warmed up a little bit. If anything hurts at all during these workouts, there's a difference between like being uncomfortable because you're stretching and it hurting. But if it does hurt, ease off a little bit. We don't have to be super in pain to get a good stretch. So now we're gonna just do some hip openers. So standing nice and tall. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the knee up and we're just gonna bring it out. And then we're gonna just do the other leg. So we're just going right here. So it's a nice active stretch through the hip, going through the entire range of motion. Ooh, definitely got some snapping and grinding going on. I don't get enough motion through my hips. In the PT world, we say motion is lotion. So just light movements through the hips is really providing it with the nutrients it needs. And just a couple more on each side. And we're just gonna do a few squats right now. Just nice and slow. We're just getting the knees involved a little bit here. Don't have to go super low. We're just getting some movement in them. And just one more. Awesome. So I'm gonna try a little new thing. This is something for the ankles. I haven't tried before. So we're gonna stand. We're gonna picture there's a square around us. So we have 4 corners of the square in front and in back. So standing on one leg, we're gonna while keeping this heel and the toes on the floor, we're gonna just do a little bit of a lunge and just right back. So keeping the heel of the foot that's on the ground, keeping there, and then we're gonna reach over the leg, so we're just making a box here. Then we're gonna go back. Boom. So my steps here, I'm gonna go through just one more time on this foot. I'm going to like the left corner, so a little bit of the side, lunge or diagonal lunge, and straight ahead. Still keeping that heel on the ground, and then I'm stepping across. Boom. So you get a little stretch in the muscles, but this is really good for the ankle. Just getting some more mobility in the ankle. So through all these, we want to keep the heel intact with the ground, as well as the front of the foot. And then this last one, I reach kind of back behind me. And now I'm gonna switch feet. I'm just gonna go through 2 times with this foot now. So I'm gonna reach diagonal, keeping that heel on the ground. Forward. If you end up stepping too far, your heel will start coming off the ground. So we don't need super far steps. And that'd be super fast either. I definitely feel a little more tighter stepping forward than when I'm stepping back, which means the muscles in the back of my legs are a little bit tighter. Well, just one more square here. Guess can't really call it a square. It's more like a hexagon, octagon. I'm bad at shapes, but we're just doing 2 diagonal steps, and so last step here, right back. Whoop, my foot came off the ground. All right, now we got our ankles warmed up. We got our muscles warmed up. We're gonna start. It's another new one we're trying. We're gonna start on the hands and knees here, just like this. Right under. Actually, we're gonna go to foam rolling. Right, we're gonna go to foam rolling first. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so grab your foam roller if you got it. Grab your foam roller. Grab anything round, a water bottle, any ball. So if you don't have a foam roller, you can just use the force of it to kind of just push out your muscles here. So if you had like a water ball or something, you can just roll it like this over your muscles. But if you have a foam roller, we're just gonna start at the middle to upper back, and we're just gonna roll, nice and soft. This one might be a little harder if you don't have a foam roller, but the other ones will work a little bit better. So you might feel some cracking through the spine. It's not a big deal, as long as it's not painful. We're gonna go to the lower back now, or I'm gonna go to lower back. You stay wherever you need to. This is really just pushing some fluid out of the muscles. Just getting them to relax a little bit. And if there's a little bit too much force on your lower back while you're doing this, you can put your hands right behind you and ease that pressure. Whatever feels comfortable here. Again, it's all about you. So I'm gonna move down to my glutes now. I'm gonna be sitting around the foam roller. So you can either do both feet, roll right here, or you can do one at a time. You can put one leg on the foam roller with the other foot up. So I'm just targeting my left side a little bit more here. So I'm leaning to one side. But if you want to do both sides at the same time, you're more than welcome to. A lot of the hip muscles are pretty tight. So I'm gonna stay here an extra second compared to the other muscles. But if yours are feeling pretty loose, you can move on down the hamstrings. Probably stay at the glutes a little longer just because they need some extra loving from the foam rolling. Now I'm gonna switch sides to my right side. So again, just gonna straighten out the leg you're sitting on and kind of lean towards that if you just want to target one side. And just a couple more rolls and move on to the hamstrings. Boom. So you can, these are another ones you can do one at a time. I usually do them both at the same time. So I'm gonna sit right behind it and I'm just gonna roll forward and back. Do a little side view so you can see it a little better. So I'm just going right from below my knee to my hip, right below my butt area. And if you don't have a foam roller and it's a little too much to sit on, whatever you're using, you just take it and just roll it right down the back of your leg. That works just as well. Foam rollers are nice just because you can put quite a bit of weight on them and it doesn't add too much pressure. Now I'm working way down to the calves. I know my calves, after most of Adam's workouts, are pretty tired. I know we had some good calf workout the past couple days and some Tabata classes and that sort of stuff, so they're pretty sore. Control now. Awesome. Whenever those have had enough, I'm gonna go to the front side of my body. So I'm gonna roll right on top of it like this. I'm gonna roll back and forth using my feet on top there. If you don't have a foam roller, you can just roll your legs out just like this with your bottle or whatever you're using. If you can roll on it, whatever you're using, that works as well. So we're just here going forward and back a few times. What I usually like to do here is I'll come to the side of my foam roller. So I'll come right to the side and I'll put one leg on. So you're almost on the corner. And I'm gonna keep this knee down and just help me push back and forth. So I'm on this side, this leg right here, you can't really see it well. So I'm on the foam roller. And my opposite knee is off. So I'm just here. And then you kind of get side to side here. Find that the side of my thigh is a little more tender than the rest of it. So go to my other leg. Awesome. Last thing I'm gonna foam roll here. So I'm gonna lay around the side of it. So my hip is right on top. I'm gonna put my bottom leg out straight, and then I'm putting the top leg over. This one is gonna be, our last one's gonna hurt a little bit more, just because it's a little tender. So we want this hand down, and we're just rolling up and down the side of the thigh. So this is working on an area called your IT band, and the IT band tends to be pretty tight because it's a lot of just tissue that's holding stuff together. So foam rolling is really important for it. especially if you get some knee pain. A lot of time, this area right here can be at fault. So the bottom leg is straight, our top leg is crossed over. Almost pretzel in here. It's like a weird half lunge thing. I don't know how to describe it, but boom. So I'm gonna work all the way down to about the knee area. So switch over to my other side. So our last foam rolling move here. It's right at my hip, bottom leg. The leg I'm sitting on is straight. The other leg is right over the top. Again, as I mentioned, if you have another area that's a little more tight, say if your front of your leg, your quads need a little extra work, you can stay there for an extra second. So my leg, just rolling back and forth here. So keep on rolling whatever you need a little bit more. I'm gonna put my foam roller to the side though. And if you have a tennis ball or any little massage ball about the size of a tennis ball, we're just gonna do a little quick things with this. This thing right here works wonders. If you have a bottle, that will also work, or some sort of round object. So what we're gonna do is just work with our feet. So you can do this seating, you can do it standing. What we're gonna do is work with the feet. We stand on our feet all day. So we're just gonna get some motion to it. So if you have a ball, you can do it standing, seating. We're just gonna put it at the bottom of our feet on it, and we're just gonna roll it around, keeping that force through it. Just rolling around. If you have a round water bottle, anything along those lines, that works right here. We got a lot of little bones, a lot of ligaments and that sort of stuff going through the foot here. So really giving them some love, getting some motion through a lot of the things we stand on most of the day. So I usually work from like the heel, going like through my arch on the foot to my big toe, roll around my toes a little bit, go out the outside of my foot. That's just me though. That's what's usually a little bit more tender for me, so I work there a little longer. A couple more rolls, I'm gonna move on to my next other foot. So we're just moving some of the bones around. If you hear some cracking or grinding, it's not a big deal. As long as it's not hurting. So you can keep rolling on the feet if you need. You keep doing whatever you feel is a little tight. Next thing I like to do though, you guys can just watch and keep rolling your feet if you need. I like using this to get some of my chest area because I don't really foam roll the chest. It's pretty difficult to do. So I'll just put a little pressure through my hand, and I'll, just like I'm foam rolling the muscles out, I'm just using this ball, kind of rolling out some of the tight spots in my chest area. You can go over your shoulders. So I do both sides here. Work over the shoulders a little bit, and you can go into the arms. That feels really nice. You can do the neck if you want. Avoid the front. I usually do the back of the neck just a little bit. I don't push as hard though. Usually those muscles are pretty tight. I don't want to aggravate them. So I'll do the neck a little bit. Work on the chest. I'm gonna put a little bit of stretch through your chest and put your arm right back as you're doing it. I keep this ball laying right around, and I'll just roll over my feet, roll over my chest when I got some downtime. Really good to get some motion in the smaller muscles in the upper body. Go back to this side a little bit. So whatever you feel like you need, and if you feel like you need to spend more time on the foam roller, go right ahead. If you want to keep rolling your feet, it's an option, whatever you want to do. I'm feeling pretty loose from that. If you need to keep going, you can keep doing it. I'm gonna put my foam roller up. I'm gonna put the ball up for now. We're just gonna get some light stretching, a little bit of yoga. Next. So focus a little bit on the lower back today, and a little bit on the hips. So if you have a mat or something soft to sit on, it's gonna help. So we're gonna start right on our hands and knees here. It's our first one. So what we're gonna do from this position, we're gonna put our leg out to the side as straight as we can. If you can't get it all the way straight, it doesn't matter, just as straight as you can. And what we're going to do from this position, with our leg out to the side, we're gonna take the same arm with the leg out to the side, and we're just gonna thread the needle. So we're gonna put it right under this arm here. We're gonna drop our shoulder as low as we can to the ground. So you should feel a little stretch, a good stretch through the leg, and a little bit stretch through the back. So we're just reaching here. So while we're stretching, a really important thing to do is focus on your breath. Your breath and your muscles and your mind play a strong role with one another. So as you exhale, you usually find a little bit more range. You can get a little bit further. And you can move in and out of these if you want. We're just gonna hold it for another second. And put my other foot back down. I kind of rock my hips back and forth to get some motion back through them. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side now. So I'm gonna put my right leg out straight this time, just like this. Bringing my right hand up and then right through here. So feel pretty good stretch through the leg, a little bit through the back, a little bit through the arms. And again, just breathe. You want to do big breaths? It's perfect. If you just got medium breaths, I don't know how they measure breaths, but medium breaths, those work as well. So I'm just going to hold this here for another minute. Just a few more seconds. And I'm going to bring it back. Oh. So this next one, it's a little bit of yoga here. Just a little bit. We're going to on our hands and knees. We're going to go from a child's pose. So child's pose is rocking back, sitting around the heels. We're going to bring it right forward onto our stomach, and then we're going to push up through the spine. If you only can do this on your elbows, that works as well. So we can do it here, and push up right here. Whatever feels best without pain. So you can do it on the hands or on the elbows. And we're just going to go through that a couple times, just going through the motions. Bringing the hips back, sitting right on the heels, then bringing it forward to the ground, and then pushing up through the back. Hold it here just for a couple seconds. And we'll drop back down, push right back into child's pose. So we're just kind of loosening up the lower back here. And back to the ground, nice and slow. And push right up through. And we're just gonna go through one more time into the child's pose. And forward into the upward dog. And back to the hands and knees now. We're just gonna do a few cat cows to finish, loosen up the lower back a little bit. So they're also known as cat camels. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the tailbone up as high as we can. I'll turn a little bit so you can see me a little better. Lift it up. We're gonna lift the head up and push down through the stomach. And then we're gonna push right up. We're gonna tuck the pelvis under and push right up through the hands, rounding the back out. And I'm just gonna go through this a couple times. I'm gonna go through one more time. When I push my back to the ceiling, I'm really just gonna let my neck relax here. And back to normal. One thing real quick we're gonna work on, we're gonna do a little bit of another stretch. Focus on the legs a little bit. So a lot of people have done this one before. This is one of the best stretches we can do for the lower body. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our feet about a little bit wider in the hips. We're just gonna rock the knees back and forth nice and gently. We're not pushing the knees to the ground. We're just seeing how close they can get. How close they can get. With each rock, they might get a little bit lower. A couple more, and then we're gonna hold it. Next time your knees fall over to your right, we're just gonna drop it right to the ground. And we're gonna make a little triangle. So my right heel is gonna be on my left knee. So then I got a couple triangles here. So I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. And what's gonna happen next? So I'm going to drop the center of my chest right over my knee. So you should feel a good little stretch through the back of the hip area. And in doing this, you can come in and out of it, just like mini push-ups, focusing on your breath nice and slow, or you can even go side to side, nice and slow. And kind of come out of the stretch and then into the stretch. Roll up, down. Nice and gentle though. You just want to hold the stretch right here, that works as well. But again, focus on that breath. Each time you exhale, try to get a little deeper into the stretch. This is painful. Don't push it too much. And another breath or so, and then I'm going to come back up to sitting. So this next one's really good stretch for the back. We're going to stay in that position. I was just shifting so you guys see me a little bit. We're going to drop the elbow to the ground right behind us. So we're laying on our side with our bottom hip, the knee is pointing right out front. So what we're going to do is we're going to arch the back a little bit. Take a nice deep breath, and on the exhale, we're going to lower and reach as far as we can with the hand that was in the air. So right from here up, and slowly drop the chest to the floor. And you can, again, hold this position, focus on your breath, or you can do almost like you're swimming, a few cycles of it. And stay here for another second or two. I'm gonna bring it back to sitting. Bring my knees up. Out my back's all nice and stretched. We're gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna just drop my knees down. Make that triangle once again. Just with the other heel on the knee. I'm just gonna drop my chest right over the center of my knee once again. Might notice you're a little more tighter on this side, or you were tighter on the other side. Usually my left side's a little bit more loose. Just for another second. Then come back to sitting. From this position now, I'm going to drop my forearm back to the ground. So I'm keeping my legs in the same position. I'm just dropping the forearm back. Then here, what I'm going to do is bring the arm up, arch the back a little bit, and drop my chest to the ground. Reaching out as far as I can with that arm. I'm going to do this time. I'm just going to do some circles. You just want to hold it, you're more than welcome to. I'm just getting a little more motion with a little stretch. Go through one more time. Hold it just a little longer. Still focusing on that breath. And whenever you're ready, we'll sit back up. My back's all nice and stretched. From this position, we're going to go right into seating with our feet in front of us. There's a couple ways we can do this next pose. So we're going to roll right onto our backs. We can either squeeze the legs here, squeeze them right into the ground, or we can do what's called happy baby and grab the feet, the outsides of the feet, and we're just going to push it down. So we're trying to push our knees into the floor. You should feel a nice stretch in the front. And you can rock side to side here. And it kind of does make you feel like a happy baby. So I guess hence the name. Kind of roll out the back. Try to keep the head on the ground. Relax. Ooh, that wasn't English. Relax the neck a little bit. And focus on your breath here. Close your eyes if you want. Just try to relax. And when you've had enough of this, I'm going to slowly drop my legs to the floor and drop my arms. So I'm going to be quiet for a little bit. We're just going to enjoy dead man's pose and focus on your breath. Focus on any tight spots you have and just try to relax. Whenever you're feeling nice and relaxed and ready to be present once again, feel free to sit up on back up. Awesome. Well, that was our half an hour recovery class. Hope you feel nice and relaxed now. Nice and loose. Got the joints moving a little bit. I want to thank you for joining me. I'll mute you all real quick. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your night and get some good sleep.
Thanks, Noah.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Noah.
Yep. I will see you all next time.
Thank you.